Ladies and gentlemen, it's the world's most dangerous podcast.
Dope Dealers Podcast.
You know what it is. It's your man Jamal, Doman.
Tobe, Hixx.
It's going down, episode 45.
45. Shout out to Ice Cube.
Yeah, that was
with
that
the hot album.
Yeah, everything's
Arrest the President.
Yeah, it's called Everything's Corrupt, right?
Arrest the President.
Yeah.
Yes, it's called Everything's Corrupt.
That album is crazy.
And to the youngsters who only know Ice Cube from Friday and Barbershop, listen to this album. He is, I don't want to say he's back because he never went anywhere, but he's back for the young listeners to hear. Hey, that shit is dope, man.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Arrest the President.
Arrest the President, yeah. Yeah, listen, you young motherfuckers, listen. You respect the architects. Ice Cube is the greatest MC from the West Coast, and support his new album and find out where it all started from. You listen to that mumble rap, listen to that real shit. Tobe Hixx, what's up, man?
Oh, man, glad to be here.
Yeah, we here. Happy holidays to everybody, man. Happy holidays, man. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy New Year to all our listeners, man.
Yeah.
And to the military, of course, you know, we do this for you guys, man.
We hoping a lot of the military got to make it home and see their families.
Yes.
Hopefully, you know, we were able to get away.
Yes. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
National Guard, Coast Guard, and the Blood.
And it's funny because our guest is a former. From what I understand, he was in the military too. So we're gonna talk. He would talk more about that, man. Well, we got a hot show today at Tobe. I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out to Pechanga Casino this weekend, man. I had a great time out there, man. Everybody came out there and supported your boy, my headline. 5 shows, and they came out, man, and it was a great time, man. So shout out to everybody, and I told everybody about the Dope Dealer Podcast, so hopefully they listening to this one, man. Definitely.
Word, right on.
Yes, man. All right, so listen, Tobe Hixx, let's get right into it, man. We got one of our brothers, one of my Philly brothers is in the house, man.
Yeah.
Representing South Philly. Yeah, I'm North Philly, he's South Philly. In the house, man. Just got off tour, man, with Margaret Cho. He was all over the world.
Yeah,
I'm talking about, when I say all over the world, I'm talking about Asia.
Yeah.
You know, Pacific Asia, Pacific Island, you know, all over, man. Doing his thing.
Ain't that the same shit?
Yeah, I think so,
he just
man.
named the same shit.
Yeah, he was all over. No, because it's Asia, and then I thought it was like...
that's the same
whatever.
shit, nigga.
Hey, man, listen, I got I got a Philadelphia public school education, man.
Yeah.
So listen, we're going to bring him in. Here's my brother, man. I've known this guy for probably 10, 15 years. We came up doing the Laugh House days in Philly, man. And then he came out here to L.A. and was wreck shop, you know, doing his thing, man. Just toured all over the world, man. You've seen him on a lot of stuff, man. Open up for some big-time cats, man. He's right now opening up for Margaret Cho, one of the biggest comedians in the world. Dope Dealer Podcast, we welcome Rocco!
Welcome.
Rocco, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh, man.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, man.
Glad to have you.
2003, I opened for you.
Yeah,
You
man.
were headlining the Laugh House. You used to do that joke, the monster joke.
Yeah.
Close with that. You stab the monster. Yeah, that was a good joke.
I can't do that joke.
When he took off the belt?
Yeah, took off the belt.
Oh,
yeah.
man, it was like a 20-minute,
it was
very
like
physical.
It was my big closer. Yeah, it was like a
What happened? You threw your back out?
Yeah, I can't. I'm too old to do that shit. Though.
I mean, yeah, you
He
were
used
like
to be
doing
sweating and
cartwheels with a knife.
doing that shit.
And people love that joke, but
She
it's
did a split.
yeah, I can't listen. I'm too old to be doing that joke now, man.
It was good.
Somebody called the police when he did that shit one night. There was so much shit going on stage.
Oh shit, man! The good old days, man. The Laugh House days, man. You miss the Laugh House?
I do. I just miss that like real shit. I remember you used to do that joke about how white people treat their dogs better than their family members.
Yeah.
Throwback jersey.
Yeah. Oh man, you got to bring some of that stuff. Is still classic, man. I need to bring some of that stuff back.
You're
man.
edged out. The dog is in the portrait now.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah,
I miss that just like funny stuff,
Yeah,
man.
that good shit, man. It was so simple back in them days, wasn't it, man?
That's why I was like mad about the Kevin Hart thing, because it's like if you knew where he was from, that's not really derogatory. It's just a cultural thing.
Let's get into that. Yeah,
it's the motivation that's important, not the word. You put so much into the word, but the motivation was not like malicious, and that's what we got to look out for. You know, benevolent motivation, not malevolent.
Yeah.
You know? If you knew Kevin, you've seen his act. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body, man. You know?
That was foul, but
what are you gonna do? You know.
And the thing about it, man, he said, man, I've grown from that, man. I've grown, man. I'm mature. I'm not that guy anymore. It's like how long do you have to keep apologizing? How long do you and it might be somebody out there, it's people out there, and I don't have any argument with him. It's people out there who still don't forgive Michael Vick for what he did. Which is, now this Michael Vick who served his time.
Right.
And even after he got out, he is
the Humane Society
has said he has done so much good work for helping us out. But still people still people say I don't give a fuck. I still won't forgive him ever.
Well, they white. That's it. I mean, that's just what you mean. Some people just say there's white people that still have forgive. There ain't no black people that ain't. Because we don't give a fuck about dogs like that.
You go to federal prison, man. You die 1,000 deaths every day.
But like I said, man, we don't give a fuck about dogs like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say all black people, man.
You seen, like I said, remember the bit I used to say, you seen the video from the 60s? Them motherfuckers was spraying us down and dogs were attacking niggas. We don't give a fuck. I mean, we care about dogs. And now, but I'm saying, prison? Like, I don't even know how we got back on this shit, man. But I mean, we don't give a fuck. I mean, like, now they got doggy insurance. Like, the dog riding the car, the motherfucking car get hit in the back, he get a motherfucking case.
No, I know my friend, she has dogs. She has insurance for her dog.
Million.
Yeah, the dog got to go talk to the lawyer. I got to take the dog to the lawyer.
The dog in rehab.
Out of here, man.
Can you get Shushu on the stand, please? We need to take the witness.
The dog in rehab
with a neck brace on.
Dre's on oxys.
The dog like, man, I'm gonna push this for like 9 months. So I can get me a nice little.
I got settlement. Joseph Armani.
No, but it's unfortunate, man. But it's so it's always gonna be people out there who just don't forgive you just for whatever reason they have it their life, man. And as we were saying, Kev, he's young, and I think he eventually they'll come back.
It'll turn. And maybe that's why he let it go easy, because it'll turn back around. It'll turn back. But
Rocco, what you been up to, man?
Nothing, man. Finally got a little time off. I was in Alabama. I did Comedy Works down there.
Comedy Works there.
Yeah,
I didn't know they had a Comedy Works down there.
It was crazy. No, Comedy Zone. Comedy Zone. It was in where NASA is.
Oh, okay.
It was weird. I never knew Alabama people had this like smart, intellectual, like super German high tech like.
Yeah, you don't think of Alabama.
Yeah, they're looking at me like, you dumb motherfucker, man. When's the last time you studied? They
got the Hyundai plant down there. My relative work at. They doing it big down in Alabama.
But I got them though. I said, look, you guys are so smart. You guys are all biologists and chemists and all this. Yeah. Well, how come we ain't found a better way to get rid of the trash?
Yeah.
We're just dumping it in the ocean. That's what we got.
Yeah, I never even thought of that.
And we're just digging a hole and putting. So you see the trash go. They're just digging it in the earth and burying the shit.
I always thought that. I thought some places burn the trash. Is that?
Man,
I thought
that's even worse.
Hey, I remember one time I had some tickets or something. This is why I was in San Diego. I'll never forget this shit. I had some tickets, and I was selling dope then. I had plenty money. And I was just in that, fuck that, I ain't paying shit type shit. I went and told the motherfuckers I ain't got no job, I need the work program. I was like, and I never forget, I went there one day. They took me out to the dump. And one motherfucking day, it was flies everywhere. My little ass, I felt like I was back in Africa. It was shit everywhere. And I was like, I don't know how these motherfuckers do it, man.
So what they do down there at the dump?
They just, everybody bring they shit and dump it. Like Rocco was saying, they just dump it and they dig it up and put it in the ground. So you out there fucking going through bags and putting this shit, man, it was horrible. I was out there for like 4 hours. And then, you know what's crazy is that my boy Daryl Doc Carter worked for the city. So he knew that they had put me out there at that dump. So he was able to drive his work truck over there, and he came over there and got me up out that motherfucker like half a day. Because it was flies everywhere. It smelled like shit. I was like, how these motherfuckers do it? So I agree, Rocco. Why they ain't come up with something for shit?
The only thing we're thinking
in Alabama, they probably ain't come with that because that's when they was fucking when they relative.
The only thing they're thinking about is, we got to go to Mars now.
Yeah.
We're going to bury the trash in Mars?
Yeah, they're going to ship it to Mars. They're going to ship all the
what's
trash.
the airline flights going to be to get for that? The cost of that
they're
shit.
They're going to ship
keep digging, just putting the trash in the ground.
Who's the pilot that want to smell that shit?
Well, a lot of his unfortunately, is a lot of it is getting in the ocean because did y'all hear about the whale that they found? The whale, they opened up his stomach and he had like 20 pounds of plastic in his stomach.
Yeah. There's a piece of plastic the size of Texas off the.
He ate the dope. He had some dope in the back.
Yeah,
he was.
It's crazy, man.
It's wild, man.
And then that nuclear reactor's still going off in Japan. Yeah, it's still going off. Yeah, they put water on it. That's still burning up, man.
Yeah, you were over there, right? You were just over there.
Yeah, I was just over there.
Some shows.
It's funny because like certain countries in Asia, they don't have the restrictions for the trash and stuff, so you can't. The water is just black. It's just complete toxic.
I ain't never noticed that when I went to Asia.
They're just dumping it in, man. Like, just throw it in. Don't worry about it.
Just throw it in the water.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's unbelievable, man.
So you was on tour, man. You was just
on tour,
doing your thing, man.
Yeah, I was all over Europe. I was all over Asia. I was all over the country. I just got back from Canada. I was in Toronto, which is like New York. Have you ever been there?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
like
ain't
New York, but
I can't go to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to go.
They wouldn't let me in that motherfucker. I went all the way to Canada, and they wouldn't let me in. I was so motherfucking mad. Yeah, I was there.
They snuck me in one of them caravans. That's how I got in.
I never will forget this shit. And you know what was fucked up when they wouldn't let me in Canada is this was at the end of my relationship with my daughter's mother. Shit was being, fucked up and whatever. And you know how the comedy money is up and down and all that shit. I never will forget. One motherfucker, when I couldn't get into Canada, I left there like 6 in the morning. I left the crib. I got my bags. I'm headed to LAX, right? I go to LAX. I fly all the way to Canada. I get up there. They wouldn't let me in the country because of my previous dope cases and shit. And they told me that, and the man, the customs dude, he knew I was there to perform. The promoter was there to pick me up. He knew what club I was at. He had the flyer on the computer. He knew it was me. He knew I was only gonna be there for 3 days, and he wouldn't let me in. I'll never forget there was a lady working for the, next to him, and she was shaking her head. She looked at me shaking her head. And she was basically letting me know that he's being an asshole. Like, if it was me, I would just let you in. Because he knew what the fuck I was there to do. He was on the phone with the club owner. And he still wouldn't let me in. And so they took me back to a room. I sat there. They put me on another flight. So basically, I left my house at 6 a.m. And then I was back like 9 with my kid. And my kid's mother, she was looking like, and that was one of the final things that broke her back because I didn't get that money and whatever, and money was tight. She's like, this motherfucker, I'm done with this nigga.
Hey, just to return to the sperm thing, I just found the article, the sperm whale. Let me.
That sperm thing. What the fuck?
So it was a sperm whale. The animal swallowed plastic bags, bottles, flip flops, and 115 drinking cups.
It's terrible, man.
Oh, he had the plastic cup boy shit.
So 13
Hold
pounds.
on, but why is he called a sperm whale?
That's
a good question. I'm gonna look that up. I'll have the answer for you in about 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, sperm whale found.
Remember what happened to Toure when he went to Canada?
Maybe he's dead.
What happened to Toure when he went?
Toure went, right? They let him in. He did the gig and everything. He had to pay like a fee to get in. And then when he got back to the airport, they called Canadians called the cops on. So when he got to Philly airport, they arrested him. He got done, got out. He's like, cool.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for a DUI or some shit. Yeah. He put it on because I was trying to figure out, because I had some shit that had to get expunged before I went there, and he said, "Man, this is what happened to me." Put it on my page. Yeah. So
you grew up South Philly, South Philly tough man, and you had a you didn't use.
Is that where Rocky was from?
No, he was from Fishtown area, Port Richmond.
Italian Irish, graduate of the School of Hard Knocks. When people from Philly know what that means, you grew up in the streets, man. How was that? How was that growing up? What was that?
I mean, it's just, how it's just different than now, but now it's even getting kind of soft because now people don't leave the house anymore. Yeah. Like I look at my nephews, Nicky and Tommy, and I'm like, yo, guys, they're just sitting there playing video games all day. I'm like, yo, when I was your age, I was robbing people, dude. You know what I mean? Get out there and make something of yourself.
Don't do the podcast.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out there and start with small, liquor store, and then work yourself up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah. Tobe was the stick-up kid for a little while. Stick-up kids are out the tags.
Yeah. I went to private school on 20th and Porter, only because my mom and my grandmother worked there because it was expensive. But I didn't want to go to the public schools.
Yeah,
Why not?
That was smart.
man, you could just get beat up.
Yeah, Philly.
Yeah, you just
How did your mom make it then?
I know.
My mom was the girls are tougher than the dudes in my neighborhood. That's
I talked myself out a lot.
They go to this place called Goretti. It's an all-girls Catholic school. We used to call them the Goretti Gorillas, man. They used to beat up rapists and shit.
Yeah,
and they used to.
How did they know a motherfucker was a rapist?
Because they would come up to him and try to rape him, and they beat their ass. They beat his ass. Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You try to take some pussy, and then they beat your
They're like,
ass.
he's nasty trying to do that without asking and stuff. So I pulled his teeth out, you know what I mean, with pliers that I kept in my back pocket, one by one. And then he picked up his teeth with broken fingers, you know what I mean?
Yo, real.
South Philly.
Yeah, girls are nuts, man. They're like spider monkeys, man. They'll just come up and grab the Italian girls, man. Yeah.
And what age did you join the Marines?
I was 18 when I joined the Marine Corps. I went in.
You just wanted to get out of South Philly or what?
Yeah, I just, it was a quick way to success, man. You know what I mean? You come back with them dress blues, you know what I'm saying? And
how many years did you put in?
I put in 4.
Put in 4?
Yeah, put in 4 full years. Got out when I was 22. And then.
Where they have you stationed at?
I was in North Carolina in Camp Lejeune, you know, and I was a grunt. I was an infantryman. I was a combat Marine. That's what I was trained to do. And, you know.
They said the Marines ain't no motherfucking joke.
Yeah.
They send y'all in first.
I'll tell you, the amount of mental toughness I got from that is unbelievable. You know, I'm talking like you're in a swamp up to your neck, you know, for, maybe 2 days straight, no moving. You know, we trained with the SEALs. I remember being on a Zodiac boat, doing a boat raid for, 16 hours just sitting there on a boat. Your fucking balls are sitting on somebody else's back, and their balls are in your back, and you can't move. You can't move because you break tactical silence. You know what I'm saying? And the SEALs were doggy paddling around the rafts, man. Those guys could swim. Yeah, it was crazy. So you learn how to tolerate things that normal people won't be able to tolerate. They could if they practiced, but they don't have the,
You're not practicing no shit like that on the street.
Moderation or everybody's complacent with just being average.
Right, right.
I mean, you could pretty much do nothing and be average, you know? So
that's cool. So you out the Marines, you did 4 years. At what point did you start stand-up comedy? Before the Marines or after?
I started. It was funny that you said this, and you'll probably identify with this. Me and my cousin. My cousin was, he was hustling in the neighborhood, and he put me down with him as like a foot soldier. Right. And I was selling up and down 2nd Street, and I was a house dealer at 4 different nightclubs: Shampoo, Evolution, Martini's Lounge, and Deco at the time. And I was the guy that was the hustler for the things. So I went to this Paul Solari comedy school during that time. I don't know why. I went once, and then
he was a comic out of Philly.
He was like a comedy school, like one of them comedy schools.
Yeah,
like Vinny
Justin.
Brand.
Yeah. What happened is my cousin got raided, and then I started working. We had this security guy, Big Mo, and he was like a murderer from like West Philly, and he was like. My cousin, I went to see my cousin in jail, and he's like, "Yo, don't work with Mo. I'm telling you, don't trust him." I'm like, yeah. So I started working with him anyway, you know. And next thing you know, we're sitting there counting money in my apartment. I was living on 10th and Carpenter at the time, and I'm counting money, and I was like, "Look, here's your cut, $5,000 for you. Here's mine, $5,000 for me." And then 98, that was a lot of money. You know what I mean? 5 G's.
Hell yeah, 98.
Yeah, clear. That was clear. And he goes, "Nah, man, you owe me another 5." And then he pulled out his piece, and I was like, "Okay, here you go." And he goes, "Yeah, and you owe me another 5." And I was like, "Damn!" So I had a Mazda RX-7. So I was like, "I'll give you the title to my RX-7." Boom. So I gave him the title.
Not the RX-7. I had one of them.
It was badass, man. V6 or V8 in that thing. I was signing over to him, but he was the serious dude. You know, he had like the houses with the pit bulls all over the city. Anyway, so as soon as he did that, I'm like, I gotta get the F out of here. I left my apartment. I didn't tell my landlord nothing.
No 30-day, no nothing.
I was dating one of the Sixers dancers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's the only redhead on the team. And she's like, I'm moving to LA, blah, blah, blah. And I said, she was also working at Hooters in Ben Salem. She was a nice suburb girl. And so I went in there like a Tom Cruise. I'm like, I'm coming with you to LA. So I just jumped in the car and I borrowed 600.
She drove?
She drove.
Oh, okay.
I borrowed $600 from the stripper that I was hitting up from Delilah's.
Right.
And because when you're hustling like that, I would blow it all that weekend. And I remember her going, "How much money you got?" I'm like, "I got like 600,000." I'm like, "No, $600." She goes, "All that money you made?" I go, "Yeah, that day, and then it's gone. You blow it. You go to Lank City. You know what I mean?"
Hell yeah.
So 600,000.
Yeah. So we go. We're heading out, and she's pissed because we're about halfway to L.A. when I dropped the news on her, and she's like, "What are you gonna do when you get to L.A.?" I said, "I don't know. I'm gonna tell jokes or something." Yeah. That's why I started.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So how was it when you got to L.A.? And I'm gonna read a little quote from an interview that you. This is about when you first got to LA. I guess it was your thoughts, your state of mind. "I came out here and saw the way people are living and they are happy and they're talking with some kind of care. It wasn't so callous. People seem to be enjoying themselves. I feel like I got a second chance from that." Is that?
Yeah, I was just riding off the energy. I actually lied, and I went to this hair salon in Beverly Hills on Cannon Drive. I said, "Yo, I do hair." And they hired me as an assistant. So I was the shampoo.
No license,
nothing. I was Rocco the shampoo boy. I'll never forget it.
What year was this?
This was 99, man.
Oh, shit.
I remember I opened a bank account at Bank of America because they only did direct deposit. And I says, "Yo, what's the zip code?" And the lady looked at me for about a minute. She's like, "Are you serious?" She goes, "Yeah, what's the zip code?" She goes, 90210. I'm like, "Oh, that's why they call the show that." Because it's the zip code.
Oh, man.
I know she was like, "Who is this guy?"
I had no idea, man.
You know, she went home and told her husband, "This motherfucker came
From South Philly, didn't know shit.
And I was like, and I worked at that place for 9 months until I quit. I quit. They didn't even want to let me go. I'm like, I quit, man. I was supposed to be driving around strippers or something. That job didn't work out. I should have kept the job in the salon. But I left my girlfriend because I thought I was going to make it in like a week.
Yeah,
so
I was like, "I don't need you no more."
It's not going to work out.
You got me here. That's all I needed.
I'll be with Pamela Anderson in a few days, or
Damn, not Pamela Anderson.
That's back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see her do that Playboy with no makeup back. She looked good with no makeup. I couldn't believe it.
I seen it. Didn't she? I seen the sex tape, right? Didn't she?
Well, I liked Robin Givens too. So I thought it was either going to be. I was going to get both.
That's two. Robin Givens
You didn't
and
have
Pam
enough
Anderson.
money
That's two totally
I
different.
know. I'm greedy,
Robin
man.
Givens,
I'm
that
greedy.
She came in. She used to come into the barbershop. Tank used to date her, and she used to come in the barbershop with him.
Givens?
Robin Givens.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
That tramp bitch.
Oh man, she was such
Took all that money from Tyson.
He let her, man. He let her take it. He let her.
He didn't know no better.
Let her.
He was young. No,
he's from Brooklyn, man. He should have known better.
Tyson was a
she was set up. He ain't no. He was young. He had no.
Can't fall for that, man. You don't get married. You should know better. You just keep her on the side. That's
why the bitch spent all the money and ended up broke, because she got it the wrong way. Fuck Robin Givens.
So
Robin, I still love you. If you're here listening, please call me up.
So how does a smart, street tough kid from South Philly grew up, in the school of hard knocks? How does he become a yoga instructor?
Well, here's the thing. My mind and my body was breaking down. I had been in multiple street fights. I had been stabbed in the neck doing comedy by Sticky Fingers from Onyx. Do you remember that?
Oh,
yeah. I got 27 stitches in my head and then cut off part of my ear. What? It was kind of my fault because I had my own comedy night at this place called the Naked Lunch. So I'm doing comedy 6 months. I get my own spot. It was the DJ. His name was DJ Rock and Rocco. That was the show, Rock and Rocco.
Okay.
And
I'm trying to remember.
Sticky Fingers was having his gangster rap party there.
This was in Philly?
No, this is in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. I was out here now doing comedy, and then there was like no stage. The mic was on the floor, but it was a nice spot. But the gangster rap party was in between the shows. So I never dealt with that. I was only doing comedy 6 months. So I never dealt with any hecklers yet.
Right.
And they were like, "Man, shut up, this and that, shut the fuck up." Or they weren't listening, or they were talking. And I said some shit like, "Hey, fuck you guys." And then this girl came up to me. She's like, "What'd you say, motherfucker?" And she got in my face. And And I knew that look because I'm from Philly. I knew that look like, oh shit, you know, she's gonna hit me with a heel or put a heel in my eye or something. And her drink fell, and I think he thought like I hit her drink or something. Her drink fell on the floor, so you just hear her drink fall. Because she grabbed the mic out of my hand. I grabbed, and I was like holding on to it, like no, you ain't grab my mic. So with that, the drink fell, and I think he thought like, you know what I mean? I could see how he would think that something because he was off to the side, and I just seen an arm come and hit me, and then I grabbed him. And then I felt my knees buckle. I'm like, he got me good. And he did. He cut an artery. And his blood was just shooting out. And I'm just laying there. And
he stabbed you?
It was not like a knife. It was more like it was a stab. It was like a heavy snifter glass.
Okay.
He busted it and then planted it in my neck.
Oh,
that's old. Yeah, that's New York.
I mean, but I was very grateful he didn't hit me in the in the face. Like, he got me behind the ear, which is the best way to kill somebody, but it's the less, you know. But the ear really hurt. Like my ear was hanging off. That's what really hurt, man.
Damn.
And then they all stomped on me, the girls, and that was back when them Timberland high heels were in. Remember that? The Timberland high heels? Yeah. They were doing the river dance on my face, man, after that. So after I got stabbed, went down, and then bop, 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 bop. And
nobody helped you? Nobody was there?
Man, everybody was looking like they were extras in their own movie, man. They were like, what is going on, you know? I used to just attract drama, you know, because I was right out of drug dealing, and I escaped that for a little while, but then wherever you go, there you are. You take that shit with you. But I still think I had Big Mo with me and all my boys, and I thought like, but that's when I was like, man, I can really be hurt. You know, I felt vulnerable for the first time, and then I got arrested a bunch of times that year, and so then I went back to Philly, and that's when I met you at the Laugh House. You came in.
Okay.
So and then that was kind of it.
Okay. No, that story was so you forgot.
I forgot about
yoga story.
Okay, so long story short, my mind and my body is so shot that I started thinking, how can I how can I get a meditation in to put gray matter back on my brain to heal my mind from all the brain damage and stuff? Because I had been in so many street fights, and I was boxing in South Philly at Mickey's Gym on between Mifflin and McKean on Chadwick Street, which is like one of the toughest gyms in Philly. So I was like, and my body was breaking down, my knees, my elbows, my shoulders, my lower back. What can I do to take care of my body? Like, so I said, imagine how you're on an island and you can't see what you look like, and you had to develop something to take care of yourself. What would that look like? And that's kind of how I came into the whole yoga thing. And I got so good at it. And in my experience, right, with all the stuff I've been through, that's nobody can teach experience, right?
Right.
So I was able to pass that experience on to students, you know, and tell them what not to do and what to do. So it's all about getting your mind right.
How long you been doing yoga?
Like 11 years.
Yeah, I have a friend. She swear by yoga. She's a yogi, I guess y'all call you. It's like
a yogi is not really. You can't really say you're a yogi because technically in India, if you're a yogi, that's a very high state. I'm practicing yogi. If you're a yogi, that means you've reached communion with the ultimate truth.
Oh, well, she not.
That means you went to a cave and you got rid of all the impurities in your mind and you're completely free. You pulled out all the negativity, and it's a hard job. You got to go on retreat for like 2 years in a mountain or a cave.
Yeah, well, she
ain't no black people. She ain't no goddamn yogi.
Well, next time I see her, you ain't no goddamn yogi. My friend told me what a real yogi is.
She ain't going
have you ever seen a real yogi? They're ugly.
Oh,
you know why? Because they don't want to be attached to nothing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They shave their heads and they purposely make themselves look ugly because they don't want to have any attachments to this outer world. Because they believe everything's on the inside. That's what a real yogi is.
Oh, snap.
You know, it's all about mind control, controlling your mind and trying to, stay
ain't no
present.
black yogis.
Yeah.
I think
the Indian guys are kind of black, right? They're sort of black.
I mean, black. ain't no black yogis in America.
I think because my friend been trying to get me to come down to the do yoga with her. I think I'm gonna try.
It's also like even Rogan does it once a week too.
Okay,
you need to stretch you out, man. It's got for the back.
Yeah, that's
because we never train our lower back and our neck and all that. We just train like with the biceps, and we're in there. You're strengthening your fingers and your toes like an insect. Look at an ant. An ant can lift like 15 times its body because doesn't care what it looks like. It's in to strengthen itself so it can work better.
Right.
It's not about aesthetics, but now we work out to look a certain way. They don't care about their abs and ant. You know what I mean?
I didn't even hear.
And that's if you train like that, you're going to strengthen everything. You know, you start strengthening your fingers.
That get the bell on that. I didn't. Yeah, that's some deep. That's some science right there.
Yeah, it really is a science of mind and matter. You know, and we're constantly reacting off all these sensations in the body. So what happens is if you learn not to react to them, they go away. So like just say you have depression. We all have depression. But the problem is people that feel depression, and they go, oh my God, I'm depressed. I think it's because this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Next thing you know, they're in a psycho ward. Instead of going, okay, yeah, I'm depressed. So what? So what? Who cares? That's life. Life is depressing. Right? Now what? Don't react to it. Feel it and respond. Feel and respond instead of react.
Feel and respond.
Yeah.
Dope Builders Podcast.
Has the
Sorry to bring you guys down.
No. This is science you dropping, man. We need this.
I mean, like if I ever get locked up, it'll be great. I'll just meditate all day. You know what I mean? Like that. It's I used to be so scared to be in jail.
I've been locked up. It was hard. I can't picture meditating all day.
The most I ever did was 30 days locked up, and I'll tell you, I never want to go back to that. But I wish I had meditation during that time. You know what I mean? I wish I did, because you can't do anything anyway. You're just sitting there.
Yeah. You know? Has yoga helped you like in this business, like the stand-up business? Is some
absolutely 100%, because when I go on the road, I got severe anxiety and I'm claustrophobic. Oh, so like
flying bothers you?
I get sick from the motion, the movement, and my back and everything. So I do a 30-minute routine before I get on the plane. I do an hour meditation while I'm flying, and I do another half-hour routine when I get off the plane, and I feel great. You know what I mean? Damn. I feel great. The plane ride goes by, the boredom isn't as bad, because you're training your mind to suffer. And when you train your mind to suffer, I heard a guy say, do something that sucks every day. Do something that sucks every day so you can train your mind for that, 2 a.m. phone call. Hey, so-and-so's in the hospital, or you lost your job, or guess what? This is happening. We're taking your house. Damn. You're preparing your mind. And that's what it is. It's mental warfare. It's a seek and destroy mission. Every time I'm in yoga, but it's hard to find a good class because these classes out here.
That's what I was going to say. Where do you go here in L.A.?
I only take class from this guy, Brian Kest, and he's the one that trained me. And he's all about the mental warfare. And
what's up with the Bikram yoga dude and all that, those sexual, all that bullshit he was doing? Like, I didn't get the
He's
whole
crazy,
story
bro.
about it.
He's crazy. See, that's it. See, Bikram,
where's he at now?
He's in the Himalayas chilling, bro. They ain't coming up there to get him. He's chilling.
He did some crazy. He was fucking with all the women and everything.
Yeah, I know a girl that she won a lawsuit with him for like $5 million, but they can't get the money because he's gone.
Wow,
you hear what he said on that?
He made so much money.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he probably got other people holding it for him, But yeah. But Bikram kind of goes against yoga too because it's too extreme. It's 105 degrees, and yoga is about finding balance. So when I teach a class, it's usually about 80 degrees, which is tight.
What do you mean by that?
What?
80 degrees.
80 degrees is, the temperature's good because it's not too extreme.
Okay,
you don't feel like you're going to die afterwards.
Okay, so the Bikram is 105 degrees
105 degrees.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, so it's not natural to do that. So you get severely dehydrated. I got a headache for 2 days, 3 days afterwards, no matter. Now, women like it because women physiologically carry a lot more water weight than men. So they can withstand a lot more hot temperatures. But men, we don't. We have lesser body fat, scientifically, so we get more dehydrated quicker, So I don't like it so extreme. I believe yoga is about finding the balance of the mind, So if it's 105 degrees, it's too extreme. That kind of goes against what yoga's principles are. Yoga comes from an old word, and it means to yoke, to harness, or to steer, to move in a certain direction towards balance, peace, temperance, or here's a word that's really going to jar you. It's this thing called moderation. Completely foreign to the American. That's why we leave the world and destroy it.
You're right about that.
How far does yoga date back?
The first yogis were about 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago.
I mean, they're able to prove that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, the Buddha was 2,500, so you figure he had to learn, and they had to learn from them. So, yeah, it's proven. It's about 4,000, 5,000 years ago is the first yogis. And what happened is there was all this disease and people were getting killed and murdered and raped in their villages. And they said, we're adding to this by getting angry and mad. So what we need to do is learn how to meditate because we're just adding to all this stuff. So we got to get rid of all this disease in our mind. And when the disease in the mind clears up, the rest of the world will clear up, you know? So that was their practical, you know, philosophy that they practiced.
Wow.
So really all the answers are inside.
Who has inspired you along this yoga?
This guy, Brian Kest, he's the guy that trained me, and I sub for him. And he's like one of the most influential yoga teachers. And you know who he used to date, man? Ooh. I'm so jealous. Who was Lenny Kravitz married to? He had a kid with. From the Cosby Show.
From the Cosby, Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, he was with Lisa Bonet for 5 years. She took his yoga class, and then afterwards, right? And this was in her prime. This was in her prime, man. Because he's from Detroit, so he was watching Angel Heart. She was in Angel Heart. He goes, man, this girl's so beautiful. Yeah. And he's a Jewish cat, you know? And he taught yoga in L.A., and then Lisa Bonet was waiting for him in the courtyard. She goes, can I cook you dinner tonight? He goes, bro, I went to her house. I didn't leave for 5 years.
Damn.
5 years. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And
damn, man.
So I said, I wanted to learn yoga from you. Yeah. Because, I mean, they're still talking about is it Jay Holiday? Who's the rapper? He said it in one of his rap. No, the other guy. Was it Holiday?
I don't know.
He rapped on one of Jay-Z's tracks. He rapped on...
J. Cole.
J. Cole. Yeah. J. Cole said the one thing I regret is I was too old for Lisa Bonet.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was a bad motherfucker, bro.
Yep.
Now, I see Rocco, you was on this Second Chances podcast. You was on that.
Yeah.
And the title is Rocco Finds His Dream, His Girl. Oh, my God. This is Philadelphia education. Yeah. Rocco finds girl of his dreams. What's that about?
Well, you know, I was, you know, to break anonymity, but it's all over the internet anyway. You know, me and Margaret Cho had, you know, been dating for about 2 years, and it's been nice, man. She's like a real spiritual person, man, and she's really better in herself, and she's just like and she doesn't. You know, when you're a comedian, you know, it's hard to date, man, because you know how it is. You're telling a joke. Half of it's sarcasm, some of it's true, but some of it ain't. Yeah. You're telling a joke, everybody's laughing, clapping, cheering, and then there's your girl, right? Yeah. You're looking through the audience and you see your girl just stone-facing you. Right. And you're like trying to enjoy it and get to the next joke, but you know that car ride from hell's coming, you know, on the way back. So is that true? You really had 4 threesomes? And there was a goat involved? Yeah. You know? It's like,
I've done
Well, how did you guys handle it? How does it work?
We just give each other our independence. We don't question each other. We don't put labels on each other. We don't put ultimatums on each other. You know what I mean? We know that we're artists and we have to have a freedom about us if this thing's going to be work. She does stuff that I don't even question. I shot a movie today. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. You know. I don't even ask. If she wants to share what that movie is, she will. I don't pry. Well, what is it? What movie? Who's there? You know, that's the worst thing you can do because you're on set all day with these motherfuckers, right? And now you want to tell your partner about it all day. No, I want to forget about it. I want to watch a little Netflix. I want to get something to eat, you know, that kind of thing.
Did you ever think you'd be dating a comedian? Never stand-up?
Never thought I'd be dating a comedian, man.
How did y'all meet? I don't know if you want to...
It's kind of weird, man, you know, because I ever since I've been on this yoga path, you know, things have been kind of changing for me because, you know, I was helping a guy out, man. I was doing some life coaching with him, but I don't charge people for that shit because I feel like once you charge somebody to help them out, the purity is lost. Right. And, you know, it's really good for your soul to do stuff where everybody's got to get paid. Everybody's got to get paid to help somebody, you know? It's like you got a therapist. It's like, let me ask you a question, man. If you weren't paying that therapist, would they still be hanging out with you? You know what I mean? They're doing it to make money. You're doing it for just if you want to help somebody because that's what's in your soul. You know, you get so much reward, so much benefit, man. And so I was helping a guy out. He got, you know, his family started coming back and this and that. And I was just giving him stuff to do every day, you know, little things, you know, and it expanded to bigger things. And we build and we build and we build. And he became, you know, somebody that he always wanted to be, that his wife saw him to be, his kids, da-da-da. So he's like, I want to take you to Roof Chris for helping me out. I said, look, man, I ain't about all that. He said, come on, man, please, let me just do this for you. I want you to be with my family. You're the reason why, da-da-da. And I said, all right, man. So I went to Roof Chris, and because I wouldn't take any money, but you can buy me something to eat.
Right.
So we went to Roof Chris, and I walked in. I saw Margaret there with this gay dude I know, good friend of mine, Ant. He's a comedian too.
Ant, I know Ant.
Yeah, from Last Comic Standing. Shout out to Ant. And so 2 days later, it was funny. I was pitching a TV show, and I looked at my phone, and he's like, "You single?" And I was. I said, "Yeah, I'm single." He said, "Yeah, Margaret Cho wants to kick it with you." So I said, all right. So I picked her up on my motorcycle. You know what I mean? Took her in the back, scared the shit out of her. Took her to Chibo, which is a really good place. Yeah. Good food there. And that was it, man.
Chibo on Sunset? Is that
yeah. They got good food there.
I haven't eaten there in years. I used to work right up the block.
I gotta go back there, man. Yeah. But and that was it. That's how we met.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, we hit it off. Yeah.
I know when you got the text from Aunt. Well, Aunt's your homie, but you got the text. First thing you say, "Are you single?" I know you. The Jamal thing is Aunt asking me.
Damn, he about to ask me out.
So, Rocco. So the day before, so you at the restaurant. You Aunt is with Margaret. Did you and Margaret have any interaction, or did y'all say anything?
I took a picture with them both, and I still got it. It's on my Instagram. You'll see it. From that time.
Okay, but it wasn't like y'all talk, you and her.
One time I ran into her at the Comedy Store before that, but I don't think she remembered, and I told her the most disgusting story about myself. But that was the only other time I talked to her. Okay. Yeah, that was it. And I doubt, she says she remembers it, but I don't think she remembers.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool, man.
Yeah, but she's cool. She's and it's great working with her, you know.
Yeah, but how is that, man?
To me, that would be tough. I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if I could handle it.
Because I know couples who, I think Titus, the comedian Titus, they say he goes on the road with his wife.
Didn't Louis Anderson or Panette or one of those guys?
Yeah, one of them too. So but
God rest his soul, the one that just died. Who just died? Was it
Panette? Ralphie May?
Ralphie May, yeah, I know. Yeah, him and his.
Oh, they went on the road?
They used to go on the road a lot.
Okay. His Ralphie May girl was a comic?
Yeah,
Lana
I think
Turner.
so, yeah.
Okay. Lana Turner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know. Okay. So,
and what about Luca, Italian dude? Him and his girl go out.
Oh, they go out too?
She's Italian too.
I know at one point Tori was trying to go out with Kev but Kev just that didn't work out. I think that led to the divorce. Kev hated that. Like he put it into that. So I guess it's, but it works for you. It works for you guys. Yeah,
it just works, and it's good because I help her out. I help her out because I carry her bags for her. If we're at the room and she's like, "Look, I need this from the store." That I help her out. Yeah. I help her out.
As you should. I mean, you're a man. Make sure your woman is taken care of.
Exactly. You got to do that stuff. Or I'm hungry. Can you go to the store? Yeah, I have no problem. I like doing that stuff. And I guess if you have somebody else open for you, you can't really expect them to do that. They're in another room. Plus, you save money on the rooms. Yeah. We still have the same.
Oh yeah,
all the money.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah,
but I fucked up though because I was like, baby, you ain't gotta fly me first class all the time, man. She put my ass back in coach. I fucked up, man. She out there chilling, and people bringing her steaks and lobs.
Man, I know. Come on, Rocco. South Philly.
Guy got his elbow in my rib cage.
Oh man, you got to go back and say, you know what, babe, I changed my mind.
I was wrong.
I was tripping. That first class is a whole, especially y'all on long flights too, man.
Yeah. Well, if we go international, she'll fly me first class.
Okay, you got
to. I put my foot in my mouth with that one.
Because you've been, I know you was in Indonesia or Philippines?
We were in Bali. We were in Singapore. We was in Taiwan.
How big were the venues you guys were doing over there?
They were like anywhere from 500 to 2,000.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And then we did all over Europe, man, so many countries, Denmark and Amsterdam and, Belgium. Yeah. It was beautiful. We were there during the Christmas. It was absolutely beautiful. Went to Paris, went to London, did a bunch of shows in England, man, like 6 or 7 shows. Then did
How is that international? They get everything, right? They get every cadence, every.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like they actually learn, like even in Asia, they actually learn English the real way,
right.
Like from England. We learn English from hip hop videos, so we don't even understand each other half the time.
That's funny.
Word up, no doubt.
Yeah. They're like, you said that wrong. You know, the English is like their 8th language, and they're correcting me. You know, that's why I always say on stage, I'm like, I'm from Philly. I barely talk English. You know,
that's true, man. That's true, man. So that's cool, man. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad, you know, I met her. I met her at your room one time.
Yeah, that's right.
She took a picture with me. She was very nice.
Oh yeah, thank you for doing that.
Oh man, I had a great time.
Yeah, man. Everybody loved you, but they loved you so much. I was like, man, I don't think they're gonna call me back. Like, are you sure you're coming back?
Yeah, that was a nice
Jamal's. I think Jamal's got it. I'm like, no, I'm coming back. And then I came back, and it was done the next week. So I'm like, what did I say to him?
I missed that. Yeah, that was a cool room, man. Yeah, but I met her that night. She came with you, man. She was very, very, very humble, very cool.
She's like a hippie, you know. She's from San Fran. She's very down to earth. Like, you know, she doesn't like all that bougie stuff. She's very, you know, she's very guttural. She'll stay in like a crappy place, and you know, she's very like down to earth, man. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Do y'all help each other with jokes, or like if you have come up with, you trying to write a joke? Do you? Hey, well, babe, I got this joke. I
did it. She doesn't do it for me, but I did do a couple really nice tags for her, but I don't think she likes it.
She's like, don't help me with my shit.
I had this one joke about how, like, you know, your pussy gets beat up so hard during sex that it becomes punch drunk. It starts slurring its queefs. I thought that shit was funny.
That is funny, man.
But you could tell she doesn't get a lot of laughs out of it because she doesn't like to tell jokes that aren't hers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's what. Yeah.
You ever have somebody give you a joke and you're like, "No, I want to do it." You do it.
Yeah,
that's true.
But to me, I mean, if you give me a funny tag, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ride it to the, you know.
Yeah, but I guess when it's your boyfriend, you know what I mean. I think that's what.
That's another thing.
Can you imagine your girlfriend giving you a tag?
Because is it like friendly competition, or is it like, you know?
I just don't think. I think women like to be in charge, and they don't want the man to tell them what to do at all. Yeah, I think maybe there was some kind of
especially when she the headliner. She by I'm the headliner.
I'm the headliner. I give you jokes.
That's cool.
But at least she's not a headliner doing my jokes like some headliners.
Oh,
you know?
shit.
That's fun.
Shit. Yeah. You get the dope dealer.
They take him on the road and they just to take jokes from me, man.
You remember the Ronnie Long's? Remember Ronnie Long?
Yeah, I think he reminded me of, was he doing talent stuff?
Yeah.
He had a talent vibe.
Talent was, Tobe, I don't know if you know, Ronnie Long was this brilliant comedian from Philly.
Yeah, he was out here for a little while. I booked him for a coffee shop. I love Ronnie, though, man. I love him.
So Ronnie was one of the few comics from Philly when I was still in Philly who used to go up to New York on a regular basis. I never went up to New York but he would go up there and do their rooms because he did Def Comedy Jam. But Ronnie would go up there and do he'll do your joke up there, and Ronnie would come back.
Whose joke?
Like somebody in Philly.
Somebody from Philly. Okay.
He'll come back in Philly and tell you, "Hey Rocco, you know that joke you do about the pussy that queef? Don't do that if you go up in New York, because I already did it." Like he would actually be that bold and tell a motherfucker like, "Yeah, don't do that up in New York. I already did it."
Like
was he the toughest motherfucker in Philly? Because come on, man, that motherfucker got his head cracked just going at it like that. I'm
surprised he didn't, with that type
I know.
Ain't nobody put hands on that motherfucker. He told him that I
don't think he could do it today. I don't think he could do it, but in the 90s he got away with it.
But there was a time where it was acceptable.
Where's he at now?
Oh, he
ain't performing. I mean,
he ain't in his prime no more. He's still trying to do it, but it ain't the same.
It's weird because he was one of them people. Like I'm like, man, I want to get to that level.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean? Like he.
When I first started out, I would watch him. I studied and learned from him.
Yeah,
that motherfucker. One of the funniest jokes. He said, Philly's so bad, I seen a nigga on the corner robbing himself. He said the nigga was on the... Nigga still to this day cracks me the fuck up.
That's funny.
He did He used to win all the competitions in Philly. We used to have competitions. He always win them. He did Def Comedy Jam. He didn't do really great on Def Comedy Jam. He didn't kill it.
Oh, he didn't?
Yeah, he did.
I thought he did.
Who was hosting when he did it? Was Martin hosting when he did it?
No, I think that's when he did like maybe season 4 or 5. He did it like at the tail end. He didn't really kill it like I knew he could kill it, but you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ronnie Long. I don't know where he at.
We didn't do anything about my Post Stallone bit. I was going to do Post Stallone, you know, Post Malone, but the Rocky version.
Oh shit,
Post Stallone.
Yeah,
Stallone. I was going to do all the songs like White Iverson with the Rocky voice.
You can.
No, you think that you are better now. Hey, yo, one more round. Gotta get back to the song. Oh yeah, sorry about that. This is better now.
Better. That's funny.
Hey, yo, Adrian.
Did you see Creed too?
I might go tonight.
Okay, it's good. It's good. If you love the Rocky.
Did you see? I just ran the marathon in DC and I did it in those shorts.
The Rocky shorts?
The Rocky shorts.
How was that? Tell us about the marathon.
Where'd you get the shorts?
Bro, I got them from Ringside Magazine a long time ago.
Yeah.
I got like the real boxing shorts. You know what I mean?
They got a Muhammad Ali exhibit up at the Beverly Center right now up until January.
I
gotta check that out.
2 weeks ago, that shit was hot.
I was trying to go.
Yeah, I went.
How much is it?
$12.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Yeah, I gotta go check it out, man. I gotta go check that out.
Tell us about the marathon.
Oh yeah, real quick. Yeah.
It's another thing just to keep, I do things to make, to kind of like, I heard this guy, David Goggins, did you ever hear him? I've been listening to him a lot, and he used to say, you got to build calluses on your brain. So you got to do shit that sucks and suffer so you can enjoy life the way you're supposed to enjoy it. So I started training about 6 months ago. I was just doing yoga, so I was way out of running. And I went to the doctor and they took my cholesterol. It was a little high. So I said, man, I got to start doing some cardio again. Let me sign up for another marathon. So I was a Marine. So this is the Marine Corps Marathon. It was a dream for me to do it. It's hard to get in because you have to be sponsored and there's all these waiting lists. But a friend of mine, shout out to the Asian people because she found the loophole. My friend Mimi, she's like, if you apply at this time, you'll get in for sure. Like between this, I was like an hour window.
So you hadn't even start training nothing. You just said, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Okay. And I started training, and I got in, and next thing you know, my knee went out. I'm like, I ain't got it no more. You know what I mean? It's it. And I talked to one of my boys. He was a Green Beret in Vietnam, and he's like, listen, man. He's like, why don't you try?
70-year-old homeboy. Yeah. One of your boys.
Yeah. Yeah, he's my boy, man. And he's like, my boy Tom, and he's like, try swimming, man. This one guy actually won the marathon. All he did was swim the whole time because he had an injury. So I started swimming. I never swam that much. I wasn't a good swimmer. And I could only do half a lap, and then stop for like 5 minutes and then do another half a lap. By the time the marathon came, I could do 10 laps nonstop. That was a big challenge for me, to work around an injury like that.
How did that equivalent to 26 miles?
So once I took a break and I did the swimming, that gets your cardio. I'm not used to that, so I'm working muscles I never used before, right? So everything's getting stronger, and my cardio was getting strong from the swimming, And so my knee healed. I felt good, and I did a long run. I did 21-mile run on the treadmill. Treadmill.
Damn.
On the treadmill. Because I know.
How long was you on? How long that shit take?
3 hours and 15 minutes. 21.8 miles, because I knew that it was so boring that I was going to train my mind to be tough. So if worse comes to worse and I have to take another break, at least I'll have the mental toughness to finish the marathon. So then, like an asshole, I get to the marathon, and I didn't bring any of my cold clothes, and it was freezing. And I'm in LA now. I ain't used to the cold. Yeah. So I was free. Man, it was mile 14, and I'm still shaking. I was trying to take some Motrin, and I had to get a spectator on the side to open the Motrin for me because my hands were numb.
Oh, shit.
Damn. And it's all uphill, that race. Yeah. It's like all uphill. And there's this thing called the bridge. It's like 2-3 miles uphill. And like on the shirts, it says, I survived the bridge. It's a tough marathon, man. It's probably the toughest one in the country, I think, in my opinion. It's arguable. And so I finished it, man. Ain't no better feeling than when you finish that shit. Yeah. When you get crest the finish line. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. You just getting over another obstacle. Yeah. So you can always tap into that bank. Things get tough. You tap into that emotion of like wanting to quit, the depression that you go through. Like, this is stupid. Why am I doing this? Why am I running this long? And you fight through it, and you battle your own brain. That's why running's a lot of fighters ran.
Yeah.
It was more for the mental.
Yeah.
Because you fight the depression, the anxiety. You're a loser. You're never going to do it. You have to do self-talk.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I run a cup, try to run, and I do be like, my brain be like, stop, just walk for it. Let's walk and then pick it back up.
Yeah, it wants you to be comfortable. It wants you to stay comfortable because it likes that.
Do you plan on doing another marathon?
I think I might do LA in March.
Okay.
Yeah, I might do LA in March.
Well, you come back. Look, if you come back and see us like a week before you do that, man. Tell us how. Or come back after you do it.
It's so weird because you would think like the next day you'd feel so bad, but the next day it's like your body adjusts. Yeah. It will adjust, right? Your body will adjust. You just have to tell it this is what we're doing. Yeah. Then man, I felt like a piece of steel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I felt like a piece of steel. I was ready to start running another one the next day.
Did you honestly think you were gonna make it, or did you?
I didn't know. I had my worst time. It's my third marathon. It was my worst time, but it was my most accomplished marathon because I overcame so much. Because the whole time I'm like, when's the knee going to go out? Is the knee going to go out? When's the knee going to go out? Because the knee would just go out. For a while, I couldn't even do more than 10 miles because my knee kept locking up. And it was a weird feeling. It was like a gross meniscus kind of like tear kind of feeling. So I was just like, man, when's the knee going to go? Is it worth it to finish the marathon and ruin your knee? So, but luckily I stayed at the pace. It was like a 9-10 minute mile. It was pretty slow, but I finished it, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, man. Well, we almost at that time. You got anything coming up? You want to? What you doing this holidays? You anywhere? Want to promote anything?
Let me see what we got here. Let me see what we got.
I know you. Look at pulling up that. Well, man, I can't wait till I get it. I can pull up that schedule on my phone, man.
He said, I can't wait till I
can't wait till I have so many dates.
You can do that right now.
No, I can't wait till I have so many dates.
Just look at your calendar.
That you got to look at your look.
Oh, I don't have anything until the 22nd. I got Cincinnati on the 22nd of February. And then I got Columbus, Ohio on the 21st. And the 28th, Tacoma, Washington. And then Orlando, Miami. Just look for me on my social media. Rocco Comedy, ROCCO Comedy, Rocco ROCCO Comedy on all my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook fan page. Don't be shy. I like my stuff.
Definitely, man. We appreciate you coming, man. You come back and see us any
I love you guys, man. Straight up.
Always.
And I appreciate you doing my show too, man. Thank you very much, man.
Great time on that boat.
Definitely, man. Yo, Dope Dealer Podcast. Check us out. You can listen to us. Well, if you listen to us, you know how to listen to us. But I don't know why I always say listen to us on because they are. I say listen to us on iTunes, but they already listen to us. So
said, listen to us on iTunes.
But you already listening. They already they might be listening to us on Stitcher or whatever.
Don't even smoke weed, and he said that's stupid.
But listen, you can go to iTunes and please leave us a review. That is important. Go to and leave us a good review and take a screenshot of it. Go to our Instagram page, Dope Dealer Podcast. Send me that screenshot in the DM, and I will send you a free T-shirt. I will send you a free T-shirt. Where else you can get a free, nice T-shirt, man? We're looking for sponsors, so if you're out there, please, we are one of the hottest podcasts out there. We're growing, so we're definitely looking for sponsors. So, cannabis sponsors or whatever. We're looking for anything.
Hey, and if you're listening, keep listening.
We got a phone number that you can call.
818-916-1818.
One more time.
818-916-1818.
You got anything coming up, Tobe?
Oh, yeah. January 6th, check me out at Monty's Lounge in Sacramento with the homie Michael Calvin Jr. And January 9th, I'll be headlining the Falls Event Center in St. George, Utah. I'll probably be the only nigga there. If you know some niggas close by, send them on up there to the show.
Donovan Mitchell will come.
Yeah, we're going to be great.
Donovan,
yeah. That ain't far. Salt Lake City ain't far from St. George. And maybe I might get up there and just get about 6 white women and marry them all. Shit, the Mormon up there. I might come back with 6 wives from Utah.
So definitely check us out. Shout out to our sponsors, Doman Cheap Movers, the #1 moving company in the Los Angeles area. Doman Cheap Movers. So
if you need to move,
we can do it smooth. You know how we do it. DomanCheapMovers@gmail.com. Listen, we love you. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah to all you guys.
Set some goals.
Yes.
and keep up with them. Don't give your shit some shit that you just can't attain and shit. Just set some reasonable goals.
Yeah.
Like
no matter what, what you trying to do, what business you trying to do.
Start yoga up. So you listening to this podcast, listen to this episode,
weight.
you can
gain weight. Stop smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
Don't stop smoking weed. Hey, put them pills down. Don't fuck with them pills no more.
That's exactly. Amen. That's facts. And shout out to everybody at Comedy Pop-Up. Shout out to our producer, Paul, man. We love you guys, man. 1 year we have done it. 2019, we back at it. You know how it is. Dope Dealer Podcast. Peace out.